Having a love child or having a child out of wedlock or growing up without knowing one of your biological parents is not an easy thing. Unfortunately, many people wait until one of the parties involved has died before they can come forward and claim their paternity. Luckily for some celebrities on this video, they found out before they died. The late Oliver Mtukudzi was such a role model and an iconic figure for many people. He always maintained a calm demeanor, such that many people would never guess about the paternity battles he was facing in his life. Even though it was a well-known fact that Oliver Mtukudzi had fathered a child out of wedlock, a daughter by the name of Saibil, who was born just a year after Sam Mtukudzi, we never anticipated that there could be more children hiding in the shadows of his fame. Just a few years before Oliver Mtukudzi died, Seubi Tapiwa Mtukudzi came out to the press and announced that Oliver Mtukudzi was his father. Tapiwa Mtukudzi was a retired Roman Catholic priest who became an alcoholic. He went on to reveal that Oliver Mtukudzi actually knew about him because he was living with Oliver Mtukudzi's sister, and Oliver Mtukudzi had also paid for his college fees. However, Oliver Mtukudzi denied paternity of the child. Around 2017, another woman by the name of Memory came out to the press and announced that she was Oliver Mtukudzi's daughter, and she was actually using his surname despite not having a birth certificate. Memory had actually confronted Oliver Mtukudzi at the 2017 ZITF, but Oliver Mtukudzi refused to have a dialogue with her and went on to deny paternity of the woman. These paternity stories and others, like how Daisy Mtukudzi wanted to shoot Tuku for denying paternity of his other son, can be found in a book titled Tuku Backstage, which was written and released after his death. In most cases, it's usually the child that goes out to claim paternity, but in Alec Macheso's case, it was actually the reverse. Ever since his rise to fame, Alec Macheso has always openly spoken about how his biological father, Hudson Chisale, deserted him when he was a child. However, in 2013, a Chipinge man by the name of Tapi Piri came out and claimed to be Alec Macheso's father. Mr. Piri, who was also of Malawian origin like Alec Macheso's biological father, demanded for DNA tests, but the outcome of the whole story was never publicized. Still on that Babasharo note and moving on to the opposite side of the coin, in 2023, a Guruve man came out to the media and announced that he was the son of Alec Macheso. In early 2023, Simbarashe Macheso went viral after he took to social media and announced that he was Alec Macheso's forgotten son. But Babasharo denied paternity and said that he wasn't his son and actually just wanted to use him to gain the limelight. We move on to a recent and amazing story of how businessman and paint guru Tinashe Mutarisi discovered that he had a 19-year-old daughter he never knew existed. At the making of this video, full details of the story are not yet revealed to the public, but according to the social media post by Tinashe Mutarisi's newly found daughter, she revealed how she grew up facing difficulties and believing that a man who had died was her father, only for her to be called to come from Cape Town so that she could meet her relatives. Commenting on his side of the story, Tinashe Mutarisi says he is just a victim in it all, as he wasn't aware that he has a daughter elsewhere. So they decided to approach the DNA man Tinashe Mugabe just to make sure. Moving on with the late former President Robert Mugabe, who would have thought that not one but two people would come forward and claim that they had been fathered by him. Anyways, in 2015, a man appeared before the court of law and claimed that the late former President Robert Mugabe was his father. Gabriel Ricardo, of Mozambican nationality, was arrested at Beitbridge border post for border jumping. Upon appearing in court, he told the court that he was illegally entering into Zimbabwe because he wanted to find his father and connect his roots, and he went on to say that his father was Robert Mugabe. He told the court that he was conceived during the Liberation War struggle at Chimoyo, and this is not an isolated case, as in 2023 another man came forward with a similar theory. Rai Gabriel Mugabe, who was born on 20 April 1977 during the Liberation War struggle of the Second Chimring, claims that his father is Robert Mugabe and he was conceived at the Chimoyo base, and his mother is Hilda Mayeka, who was also known as Comrade Baida Moyo. He claims that his biological father never acknowledged his existence because he was afraid of angering his wife. Some sources claim that the late sister of the former president, Bridget Mugabe, was aware of his existence, and it is also said that there is an affidavit which was written by Laurencia, who is the daughter of Bridget Mugabe, which attests to the paternity of Tonderai Robert Mugabe. In 2022, at the burial of the late musical icon Sex Manners, there was a man that made every head turn at the cemetery because of how he looked like a photocopy of Sex Manners. The 41-year-old Gift Mohamed Zia is the biological son of Sex Manners, who was born out of wedlock and concealed from the public as well as the media. At the funeral of Sex Manners, it became apparent that even though he was unknown to the public and the media, the family was well aware of his existence and actually related very well to him.